Hey YouTube! So this is a Kononykheen. Kononykheen. Sounds like someone from the Kingdom in Fife. Ken. Yeah. So it's. I suppose it's like one of those. I don't. It doesn't have a serial number. I think that this is a sort of small run. I kind of looked it up very quickly when my pal told me about it. But didn't look up much. Kind of modern. I think they were from Europe somewhere. But I'd imagine the guitar's made in China or Korea or something like that. I don't know. I've no idea what model it is, but it's a Strele or a Trat, a So after I just did the SSH Buckycaster, which I just dropped off at Blitzkrieg Shop, we've now got an HHS. So we've got a telly neck pickup, 2 humbuckers, 5-way switch, a 2-point trem, and a telly control plate, a telly neck, telly pickguard scratch plate, and a strap body. So, well, it's like one of those. They definitely was a Squire, the Paranormal series or something like that. That idea. So it's kind of like a telly with a strap body. It's got the top contour and the belly contour on it as well. Yeah, so I had this in just for a quick setup, and it was badly wired, wired wrongly. I think I would put it as. So the problem was, if you've ever tried to put like a humbucker into a Strat, or if you ever bought a Strat that someone else has put a humbucker or a hot rail in, humbuckers are generally the other way round from single coil pickups, like Strat pickups or telly pickups. So you have to flip them. They're out of phase in the middle. You often, if you've got an HSS Strat and in position 2, you know, when you've got the bridge and the middle on, it's thin. It's because the humbucker, you need to either swap the humbucker around, which might involve taking it to bits, or swap the Strat pickups. Just basically swap the wires over because they're electrically the opposite way around, and instead of helping each other, they're fighting against each other, which means what you get is whatever the stronger pickup is, you get their signal, and then the other one, instead of adding on to it, which doesn't add on much, it takes away. So you've got like this, here's your original sound from the one pickup that's on, bring out an out of phase one, and it takes away most of the frequencies, and the only frequencies you hear are ones that both pickups don't pick up. They cancel each other out. So that's what this was like in position 4 between these two. So it was like kind of, you know, you had your neck pickup sound, and then you went in there into position 2, and it was like playing at the end of a telephone line. So I've rewired it the way I wanted it. I was saying it's like, ideally I would want, I've kind of, so the plan was to, I was going to try, if there was extra wires, if there was enough wires in these pickups, I would just, you know, I'd be able to coil split them in positions 2 and 4. So I didn't, and I tried, so I'd had to have taken these pickups to bits to get at the extra wires, so I couldn't do that. So I thought, right, I'll take the cover off this metal plate, the telly pickup, disconnect the earth wire, because you can't have, the earth wire can't be, it needs a separate earth wire if you're going to flip the phase. I couldn't get that pickup to bits, I didn't want to break it, so I took these two pickups to bits instead, and I'd added the extra wire and flipped them, flipped the wires inside the pickup covers, so that the earth's separate and moved round. So now, instead of having out of phase in position 2, so you got your telly neck pickup in position 2. What this is doing is it's coil splitting this down to a single coil and giving you the neck, so you're getting kind of Strat position 4. Not exactly, because you're making it with a telly neck pickup and half a humbucker, but close enough. Middle, full on humbucker. Position 2 is both of these coil split to a single coil, so it should sound very much like Strat position 2. And then bridge pickup, which is a very bright sounding humbucker. I quite like it, actually. Normally humbuckers aren't very good for you know, like clean sounds. They're normally more just for distortion, but this is a very bright to do with the type of magnet and the type of pickup it is. I can imagine some people not liking this as if you're into your super metal, but if you're into super metal, you're unlikely to be playing a strelecaster. Yeah, so my pals, obviously, I'd realised what I'd done with my 3 humbucker RG there, and in this one, so what I'm using is on a switch, a pickup selector switch, which I'm assuming, there we go. Is this a good example of it? It's not, but there we go. So on a pickup selector switch, you've got 2 sides of the switch. Normally you've got 2 things in the middle. Normally there's 2 outputs and then 3 ins and 3 ins. So basically, if you're wiring up a guitar, you just want to pick 3 pickups, you just put them in there. That's fine, there's your output in the middle. So this whole side of the switch, although it's still doing something, isn't actually doing very much. So I've got it kind of, the tap wires connected to this. I've never seen this done before, by the way. I assume somebody else has done it. Automatic coil splitting is what I'm calling it. I have definitely seen it in like an HSS guitar, where it's like, rather than putting in a switch for a push-pull or a toggle switch to split it down, it means that in position 2 you've got your humbucker and a single coil, but in position 2 you've got like 2 single coils, which gives you a better strap. Really, it sounds more confusing when I actually say it than it is actually when in my head or in actual reality. There must be an easier way of doing. Right, I tried to do a jam on this the other day and the drum track was terrible. Trying to work it in to get some, trying to find something that's an inspiring thing. So that's on the middle humbucker, so we go to position 4. Which is much quieter than the original track I put in, so lesson learned there is turn the volume down when you're doing the rhythm track, or put distortion on. I'm going to redo that, and I'm going to turn the volume down so that it's just turn it down a wee bit. Right, now I should be able to hear the clean sounds. That's just the neck pickup. Version 4. Oh, I plugged a chorus pedal in. Don't like it. Don't like chorus pedals. god, Rapido. Version 2. Middle. Net. It's really weird. It's like I'm kind of having slight issues with this because it's the telly, because it sort of is, but it's also a Strat. I'm kind of struggling to know what to do with it because the neck's total telly, but the body's a different shape. But that's purely just down because I'm used to playing a telly and I'm used to playing a Strat. So it's kind of like it's got bits of both. So it's not just a looks thing. It's not just a case of, oh, I fancy, I really love tellies, I want one of these just because it looks different. No, it feels different, and it's the same coming from the Strat. It feels in the middle, which is kind of... Why am I getting? I'm getting a sort of punk vibe from this one. I don't know. Ultimately, it just depends. I'm looking at this and thinking, for some reason, punk. Is it because it's kind of the same colour as the Green Day? I don't know if I can play any Green Day. where he came from. Never knew himself. Tell him more, let him down. And I'm sorry for all of you folk who are either a bit younger than me or not, or from America, who don't know that song. That is Cold Hearted Man from AC/DC's Powerage, their best album, which isn't on the it's on the original British album, but it's not on the international release, and it's not on the CD version. Because I got Powerage and CD going, oh, it's one of my favourite albums, put it on, it's like, whoa, hold on. This shouldn't be starting with Rock and Roll Damnation. Rock and Roll Damnation's a single, it should be starting with Start with Down Payment Blues. Yeah, it's really my favourite AC/DC album. This, it doesn't have, I did put a tremolo arm just so I could set it up so it was floating, but David, you'll have to buy another tremolo arm. This one kind of fits. In fact, it's not even meant to be a screw-in one, but it's just slightly small. So this arm that I have put in it, although it looks like I've screwed it in, it's not really screwed in, it's just kind of, I didn't break it. This is a millimeters. I would think what you want's a 4.5mm push-in one. Is what this needs. I don't have a 4.5mm one of these, so there is no tremolo arm. But I've set it floating, so it holds tune better. Yeah. So I mean, I suppose my review of the guitar, which you should probably get to. Yes, I quite like it. I'm not sure exactly how much they cost. The tuners are so I'll give you other tuners to put on. I can't bother doing it. The wiring, technically, I suppose. I see these things. I see the HHS, and I think, oh, loads of opportunities in there for doing cool things. So normally the way these comes wired, it definitely wasn't miswired. It's just the way they are. Is neck pickup on its own, neck and middle humbucker out of phase, which for me, the out of phase sounds kind of okay, but that means that you've got your neck pickup being your bassiest sound, and then you go to position 4. The next sound is the thinnest one. I want it to be on the lever switch. I want trebliest sound, bassiest sound, and I like it to go kind of gradually up the way. Which I suppose this kind of doesn't quite do that, but so now, because I've flipped these two pickups and then broken into them and added extra wires to get the coil splitting, we have neck pickup, and then we have a proper, or as close to as I can get, Strat position. So you've got this as a single coil and this in parallel, in phase. In the middle, you've got a middle humbucker, which is quite rare. I can actually only think of one other guitar that you can get a middle humbucker on its own, and it's that one, which you can't see, but it's got three humbuckers in it. So I did a similar thing with that. It's 3 humbuckers, but in positions 2 and 4 at coil splits. So you're only ever listening to 2 coils at a time on that guitar. That's the way of looking at it. And it's basically the same as what I did in here. And in the middle pickup, you've got a middle humbucker, and you've got these two both coil split down to single coils at the same time, giving you a proper position 2, and then you've got a proper bridge pickup, and then a volume and a tone, a 5-way lever. Pretty easy. But it seems quite well. It seems quite well built, quite well finished. I think that this it doesn't have this glossy finish, this sort of Jim Deacon-y, perhaps system. I definitely. It's also. I mean, I think. Oh, is it? See, it's not. Is it? I was looking at it going up here. I don't know how they get away with that headstock On a Fender, that's rounder, isn't it? It's slightly, but I mean, we're talking not a hell of a lot off. It's only when if I hold it in front of something black. It's just slightly not. This isn't on a Fender. This is rounder, so it's kind of like it's a Telecaster. Just between there and there, it's just a wee. It's like if someone's just sanded a wee bit off it to make it not an exact Fender copy, which is fine. I think this bit's a wee bit different shape as well now that I look at it. But it's a Telecaster neck. Trademark infringements, obviously. How much you have to move it to make it different when you're looking there, I don't even know. Now this is, I suppose this is, you don't. I know that there was no actual lawsuit, but I'm assuming that that's maybe a bit more exactly what a Telecaster headstock looks like. So it's not quite. I'm trying to put it in front of some dark so you can see it. It's not quite the same. And saying that, this is a Japanese copy, so I don't know how accurate that is. I think a lot of the Japanese guitars of that era were kind of like they drew it from a photograph in a magazine or something like that, or in the back of a record cover. But so it's quite a chunky Telecaster neck. It's different and interesting. A little bit, and I suppose you get the Strat trem. So you get Strat trem. Well, okay, it's not. It's a 2-point, but let's just say Strat trem and Strat body. Although I think these contours are a bit more Telly-ish. The Strat's rounder than that. Tellys are a little bit more square, which is kind of what that is. But the outline is Strat, but the kind of edges are a bit more Telly. Apart from it's got the forearm chamfer there and a cut on the back. Other Strats not. I'll have a look at my reference Strat. Yeah, so as you can see, a Strat's definitely. This is it's like a larger radius curve, whereas a Telly's more, instead of being it's kind of a bit more square. It's kind of curved. It's less. It's squarer. Is the word I suppose I'm probably just looking at. But a bit of both, bit of different. Again, if you don't call it a Strele, I don't know what you're going to call it. You can call it a Kononykheen. Konogi sounds. How's Konogi? Konogi sounds like, see when someone mispronounced night, calls it a knight or something like that. You know, it's like when it's meant to be a silent K, you kind of get that impression. That's what I think it might be. Swedish or something like that. Something like that. It's got a sort of. We don't ever. In English, you don't generally tend to get C-K-O-N-O anything. You don't get Konogi. Pointless. Yeah, so here we go. Bet I've never seen one of these before. Interesting sort of thing I would make, actually. To be honest, I would have made an awful lot more Telecaster and Stratocaster things, because the only problem is on a Strat, obviously it's routed out here to take the Strat scratch plate, so you can't just put a Telly plate on it and then that, because there's the holes where the controls are down here. Otherwise, I would have done it lots of times. So I do like the idea of the sort of combo. It's just kind of something a bit different. A bit of both. And if it being H, and S, but not work properly, because it's like, in the original wiring, okay, fair enough, bridge humbucker, yeah, you want that. But having two humbuckers on at the same time, I've talked about this before, that's why when I was doing the corker, I made it so in the middle position, when you get two humbuckers, they're both coil split, to do this sort of thing, where you get like a sort of, like a Strat position 2, middle position Telecaster sound, rather than just having two humbuckers on together, which to me, maybe obviously lots of people love it. I don't find it a useful sound. So you get two humbuckers on together, and you get the middle humbucker, which is good, and then you get this horrible phase sound, which is fine if that's what you want, but I would much rather have that in a switch, then I could ignore it, and then Telly neck pickup. But fun. So there we go. Kononykheen. I can't even say it, and I've just said it 2 seconds ago. Kononykheen. Kononykheen, about doing that, are you? See, that's the thing with people. You know, it's like, what do you like in this guitar? Kononykheen on it. You know, it's like, do you want to go to the pub tonight? Kononykheen going to the pub tonight. You know, it's like I might do something else. Dave's going to be there. Kononykheen and going if Dave's going to be there. But frets are good, quite well done. I did take a wee bit off the nut. It was annoying me with square edges. It's cut pretty well. So it cut well. Just that the actual sides of the nut are like that, just dunk, and it was like kind of. It didn't look like, so I just took a wee file and just made them so they were kind of like a bit more, just a wee bit rounder. Doesn't really make any difference. I don't think that's not a position you get to very often when you're playing, but it annoyed me, so I did it. Yeah, so there we go. Kononykheen, and I will see you later. Tomorrow, probably. Well, definitely. I've already done the video. Which one it will be, don't know. I've got a kind of bank. They're kind of coming in crazy orders now. I keep doing videos and then uploading, and for some reason YouTube seems dead slow just now. I don't know what it's like for uploading and stuff, but see, just like watching stuff, I keep getting buffering. I was watching something the other day, and it's like actually went down to like 144p. You're like, really? It's like I've got bad, obviously broadband and stuff. I don't know if they're maybe doing something with the digging up the street or something like that here or something like that. Don't know. Rock on, and like and subscribe, and love you all. Cheers. And somebody gave me a super thanks the other day for £2 like that. Cheers, I'd forgotten that I even had that system. Rock on.